Okay, so we need to do a quick tutorial on the dip stitch, and I'm also going to make one. What I've got here is a high visibility yarn that I'm just going to throw away after we're done here, and sorry for the focusing. So the first thing I talk about is this dip stitch, and we're going to knit along a little to a marker just so I can get a little ways in on this fabric. Coming in a few more stitches. Okay. So now we're going to do a dip stitch. And this marker is just set here so that I will be able to show. I have a crochet hook, and it's kind of big for this swatch, but it'll work really well for the project that I'm about to do. So we have this fabric. We're going to need to go over 3 stitches and down 4 on the right hand needle. So 3 stitches we just worked. We don't count the ones on the needle. 1, 2, 3 over, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 down. Pop it through. And then we're going to hook it with the crochet hook. Sorry, this is fiddly. We're going to pull that thread through and pop it onto the right hand needle. That's a dip stitch. And then what we do is just tighten it up a little bit. Not much. You want it to lay flat like that. You can secure it with your thumb. Continue going. So I have a couple more dips already made. I have one that I just made on the previous row, and that will show us how we're going to incorporate the dip stitch. So the second row in the dip stitch pattern, you have the dip. You see it coming up here. It looks like a little petal. Here's the second one, the one I just made, just for demo purposes. And you see it's just hanging on this needle. We're going to knit the stitch before it if we're keeping the stitch. If we're not keeping the stitch, you'll see we knit 2 through the back loop. But that's later. Anyway, we will knit, knit. Now we've incorporated this dip stitch, and it's just part of the fabric now. I have one more dip stitch set up to show you the twist that happens on the third row. And again, if we are keeping the dip stitch when we're increasing on rounds, we're just going to twist only the dip stitch that's been incorporated. And if we need to not increase the stitch count, we do a knit 2 through the back loop, incorporating that stitch. So here's the one before it. Here's the dip stitch that I stitched up the last row. On increased rows, knit through the back loop, and it twists it. It gives it a nice look. If it's a non-increasing row, we knit 2 through the back loop, and then we keep going. Final thing I want to show you really quick is how I did the make one stitch on this project for revolving, and that is with a lifted loop that leans right. So this is a classic make one. You just go front to back and lift that up, and then knit it through the back loop. And you've made one. And that's it. Hope that helps. Thank you.